Whether you moving around, Tiffany, we hear it.
I'm not doing nothing. I promise you.
What's up, y'all? You hear me?
Oh, hi everybody.
I'm like, you're supposed to say something when I. What's happening?
Cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think she's still having internet issues, so she'll pop back in when she gets ready. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Transcending the Culture. I am your host, James. I also got Tiffany with me, and we got Kat. She's kind of having some internet issues, but she will pop back in once she's able to get that piece of it situated. We got a really, really, really good show for you guys tonight. I think you'll actually be pretty excited. As you know, we do have celebrities, entertainers, and that sort of thing on the show. But we also have people who are embedded in the community, people who are doing things positive in the community and trying to uplift and kind of change some things, in our neighborhoods and whatnot. So today we have actually two amazing guests. We have the president of the Akron chapter of the Akron, Ohio chapter of NAACP. Her name is Judi C. It's actually cool to welcome her onto the podcast because she actually was on the cover of Urban Grandstand Digital. It's been maybe 8 years ago, somewhere back then.
Yeah, on the magazine, she's on that cover.
Yeah. Tiffany. And Tiffany is very well acquainted with Judi C. So it's actually really an honor, a pleasure, and
that's like my auntie.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to have her on the show. She's definitely going to talk about some things going on in the city of Akron, some really important things. So I'm glad you guys are here for that. And then after that, we have a second guest who's going to come in actually just for a spotlight. So she's actually embedded in the city of Akron as well, and she is running for the Akron School Board, but she has done quite a few other things politically. So it's going to be really cool to connect with her and talk to her as well. And after that, we're just going to have an open forum, a little bit of chat. We may invite some people in just to chat with us and get some opinions and whatnot, just to kind of get you guys activated and moving and, really enjoying the podcast that we offering. I think that looked like Kat is popping back in. Come on, Kat. Come on, Kat. Listen, this internet stuff is crazy. And I know all you guys know that. Okay, we're going to leave that alone for a second. Listen, we're going to leave that alone for a second.
Yes, sir.
Like, we appreciate you guys really bearing with us because, doing this online and on the internet, it's like you never know what's going to happen. The internet could be smooth one day and then the next day it could be up and down. Like, my mother's internet's been out for 2 days. So, I mean, that happens and you just never really know what's going to happen. So we appreciate you guys bearing with us. Definitely a lot going on. So, as we are waiting for our first guest to come on board, we actually just can talk about, how have things been going for you, Tiff, since last week? Like, what's been going on over the past week?
I've been doing a little bit better. It's, it's just my anxiety now and it's getting the best of me. Like today, it was trying to mess with me, but I'm good. Just continue to pray for me.
Absolutely.
And just the arthritis is kicking up because of this goofy weather. This weather, don't know if we want to go up or down or sideways or backways, and it's just.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, actually, to remind all of the viewers as well that you're going to be coming in and really doing some things that are related to rheumatoid arthritis. With you having that and really just the whole the whole family of diseases that go along with that, and lupus, with me having lupus and that sort of thing. That's something. Okay, I think, look, she moving. Okay, let's see what we got. Cat. She look like
y'all, these technical difficulties, bro.
Hey,
listen, they know what it is. They know what it is. They know what it is.
You can't go on your phone and do it. Good look. You see, this is what was going on with me, not last week, but the week before.
My phone neither. So
wow.
Yeah. Try on your phone though.
Because I had switched from my computer to my phone, and it worked just as well. But I was getting backslash, like, you could do that. I'm like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, we are gonna have some more stuff related to that. You with rheumatoid arthritis, me with the the lupus side of things. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you were talking about just things that's been going on for the last week.
No, that's just basically it. We all have things that's going on in our lives, and we just got to keep up with each other.
Absolutely.
I'm back in, trying to get back in the church full time and everything. And, I got, listen, I'm seeing 2 therapists. Not 1, 2.
But listen, I like
that sometimes, but it's working for the good. Just gotta leave it in God's hands.
I probably need a couple, maybe 3. So that's the cool thing. Is that, and I think that's the thing that makes you relatable, to the people who are watching, because everybody got something going on, and it's a lot of people out there who need a therapist and ain't got one. So like, you winning, like you winning. No, I think that's cool. I myself, I've actually had a busy week, but a good week. It's been a whole lot of stuff going on. I've just been working on a lot of the branding stuff, with UG Digital, just because it's not just the magazine, it's the podcasting network, there's PR, and it's just a lot of parts and pieces to it. So I've been working on the branding for a lot of that stuff, and we created the promotional group, and I'm actually looking at maybe creating another promotional group, and just trying to get people on board with obviously helping us spread the word and really get the material and the information and stuff out there.
Right.
Yeah, it's just I've been working on a lot of that stuff, and just doing some promotional stuff too. So I'm actually going on a friend of mine. A friend of mine has a talk show, the Michael Finkley Show. So I'm actually going on his show tomorrow night, and it's actually going to be pre-recorded. So we'll pre-record, and I'm just talking about the podcast network, talking about transcending the culture, and talking about some other pieces and parts of UG Digital. But that'll be tomorrow, so we'll take that, and then I'm not sure when that's actually going to air. I'm also featured in a magazine. I'll kind of put that out there once I know that it's going to actually be coming out, or the article's coming out. But I'm featured in a magazine, also talking about the podcast network and talking about transcending the culture and all of that stuff. So I'm doing a lot to really, get us out there in the forefront. We actually got some separate streams again coming up. As you guys know, Kat and I, we did a stream last Wednesday, which actually went really, really dope. And I have one tomorrow that is actually related to dementia. So I think I sent that to both of y'all. I know that you are working tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we'll see, maybe Kat will be on with me, but either way, that stream is going to go on tomorrow. I'm just waiting on the final confirmation, but that'll be something cool. So we're touching on some of everything. It's not just music and entertainment, but again, we are touching on stuff that's really hitting the community. And dementia is something that all 3 of us know about very well with our relatives and our family members and uncles and aunts and grandparents and whatnot, because all of them seem to get it before they check out of here.
Yeah,
so,
All of us had, all of our grandparents had, well, mine have dementia. James' grandmother had it, and Kat's grandfather had it. And they have both passed on. Hers is a little bit different than you guys' grandparents had it, though. She is hitting 95 years old come January 1st, and she is in and out of it. Like, she knows me, and then she don't know me until she said, "I am so glad to see you." Now let me tell y'all something. Let me give y'all a little rundown history of my grandma. Back then, she was not a hugger, not a kisser, not a nothing. She was affectionate, was not in her blood back then. I couldn't get a hug. Hey, mama, get away from me now. Don't, get away from me. No. But now, she is glad to see me. She hugs me. She gives me a kiss. She'll beat me up sometime. But it's just weird.
That part right there, the beating up, because that's all I remember from her. And every time I come around, look, my arms still hurt.
And it's just a
right.
What the hell?
Right.
But yeah, she's total opposite. She doesn't know anyone but my mom and Cameron. She'll ask for Cameron in a minute.
And that's
she knows,
like, especially for the kids, like for KJ, like that's really hard, you know, when they,
it's very hard for him. He doesn't
because
get
he don't
it.
get it. Like he's not gonna really get it. So it shocked me. You know, the last time I was down there and I got to see her, I was like, oh, we gotta take pictures, because like she like, hey, she was like, where you come? I'm like, I think she know me. Like, I think she know me. It was really cool. Like, I felt really good that day, because she was like, she's never really been like that super affectionate or whatever.
No,
like,
not at all.
Really cool that day. I was like, oh, you got to get some pictures. While I'm like, you got to get some pictures for real. So I thought that was like super dope. But yeah. So we may more than likely I'm gonna be doing that stream tomorrow, and I think that'll be really cool and something for everybody to check out. And yeah, we're actually we're still waiting for our guests to pop in. So Miss Cat, what's happening with you? What's been going on over the last week? And Halloween was yesterday too. So listen, happy Halloween.
Yes, you know what? I should have worn my costume today just cause. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, that doggone Katia, honey baby, she was Babs. You remember the movie Babs?
Uh-huh.
She was what's her name?
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Oh my God! When I see her friend, oh my God, she did the whole.
Yeah.
She did the whole episode. Went out for her.
She did the whole thing. And shout out to my sister and her best friend. They did the BAPs together.
They did.
And she did the scene with the Halle Berry. It was so cute. It went viral. Like, shout out to my sister. She definitely had the best costume of the year. I feel like the whole season, the whole Halloween season. Go to my sister Katia. Shout out to you.
Yeah, but you look like you was kicking it for like about a 4 or 5 day stretch, Cat. Like, what was going on with you?
Yeah, you was going hard.
Listen, I love Halloween and I celebrate. I dressed up like 5 times for real. I didn't have 5 costumes. I didn't even post all of them. I was Queen of Hearts. I was Cats. I was I was Ice Spice. That was doing, you gotta
show us all your other costumes.
So I had fun with that one. I went with party with my sister.
You gotta show us all your other costumes.
I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna post all the stuff because I had a ball.
Now you know what? It's really weird. Like did y'all dress up for Halloween like as kids?
Mm-hmm. Like I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, you
my mom
real?
Made a costume.
She thinking real hard. I don't know. I mean, I seem to remember.
Yeah, I did. Remember those costumes?
You said which?
Remember those costumes that came in a box? the plastic costumes that came in the box with the masks. I was one of those every year.
Now, I think I did used to.
Yeah, my mom made
like
costumes. That was Princess Jasmine and all the
I saw that one.
mermaids, and it was for us. So whatever my sister was the year before, I was next year. So
that's right. Save money.
Now, I think like as a kid, like I mean, I know we used to do stuff like at school. So like, you know, you go to school and you pass out candy and all that stuff. And I know that I used to do that, but I don't really feel like we ever went like trick or treating or anything like that. Like, did y'all go trick or treating as kids?
Yeah, we did the I don't know if you did it, Kat, but I know we did the walk around the school, the parade.
Yeah.
So the neighborhood can, you know, see us and everything. As far as like trick or treating, we didn't have that in our neighborhood. We just did it at the church.
Yeah. I mean,
we did it in my neighborhood. Everybody gave out all kinds of stuff, and like my neighbor, she used to fry chicken. That was my favorite house. Like I'm trying to go over her house and give me a little snacky snack or something because all this candy in my stomach. So yeah, we always did that.
So Kat was going to
go ahead.
So Kat was going to get fried chicken.
She was eating the thighs.
For sure.
Nah, it's just I think now being older, like I kind of fell out of the like I guess the Halloween stuff outside of like taking Elijah trick or treating and stuff like that. I think I kind of fell out of a lot of it, but this year, like as yesterday came, and then I started seeing people, and then of course, like on Instagram, you saw so many people that was posting costumes and going to parties and stuff like that. So now it kind of make me wish that I had dressed up like for Halloween, but I don't know. I might even mess around and do it next year because now I kind of wish I had done it.
Yeah. It's we have it around our neighborhood every year. So this year we actually did something for the kids. But we usually do. I've been here for like 4 years. So within the last 2 years, you know, we have the trick or treating around here. And then like I made hot dogs for the kids. The neighbor across the street went and brought mini sandwiches. We had drinks. We did s'mores around here. One of my friends came by with her grandkids, and I mean, them kids really loved it. So we always try to do something for the kids here, even though they as bad as all get out. But we try to do something for them.
There was some candy.
Horrible. These kids around here are like, this generation is ridiculous. I don't understand it, but we just was like, hey, it's for the kids, so let's just do something for them. You know, like whatever. So next year, we tried it, but the only thing about my neighborhood is I send out all these flyers and we only get like maybe 2-3 people that actually participate. And it's sad because I think we got like 4 townhouses. I mean, like 40 some townhouses around here. You would think everybody participate. Now the first year they did, but now it's just like, so you guys are not going to participate as the kids.
So you send them out. So you send out flyers to tell them what, that y'all trick or treating, or like
yes.
What are you telling them?
We only send. So the actual trick or treat was Saturday the 28th. Okay, so for Summit County alone. So we knew that if we're going to be, you know, having food, that we couldn't do it on that day because then you're going to have the whole city, you know, coming over here, and then they're going to be thinking all this food is for them. No.
Right.
No. So I was like, well, we got to have it on the day that, I ain't feeding your mom, auntie, and all of them. Girl, come on, they serving food over here, girl. No. The McDonald's over there, Burger King, Taco Bell. So anyway, we had to have it on a day.
So you turned the kids away.
The hell, y'all say something
too?
It's only for our kids. I bought a little cake, one little cake, just for our kids here in the neighborhood. Not everybody outside. Look, here's a look. I was Little Red Riding Hood. There's my basket on the porch. You get you some candy, and that's it. The neighbor across the street, she gets a tote, a big tote, and she will have so much candy in it. She'll have each child. You got 5 seconds to get as much candy as you want. They leave up out of here happy as a clam. You can't go nowhere else. They ain't even put it in my can. I still got candy. What? So it goes hard over here.
Look, I don't know why I'm laughing. I feel so left out because I ain't do nothing Halloween or trick or treat related at all. Matter of fact, I was in the bed at 10:30. So like I ain't do nothing. Because
I was watching all the Halloween shows.
I be running all day long. Like
I watched all the movies.
Me too.
All the Oscars, the Addams Family.
Yeah, now that would be cool. So like just to sit and watch like Halloween movies and stuff like that. Somebody and I was talking about Beetlejuice today. Like it would be cool to just kind of sit back.
Wow, I forgot about Beetlejuice.
I watched Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Me and Kayla watched Beetlejuice for sure.
I mean, obviously Halloween is past now, but I might kind of sit back and watch. And I always like the Michael Myers movies and all that stuff. So I like watching all that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Are we still waiting on?
So do y'all like scary movies, like real like horror films?
I'm a scary film. I'm the Jamie Lee Curtis of all.
I love horror movies. Like
I do
especially
too.
Like even like the new age ones, like the Saws and stuff. Like I actually was just talking to somebody the other day, and I said I was gonna go back and probably catch like the last few movies of Saw because the last few ones I didn't see. But I like horror movies and scary movies and stuff like that. So I think that's cool.
See, I can do slasher movies, but I can't do no demons or nothing like that. That's too real for me. If they say based on a true story, I'm turning it off because that might happen to me.
I think that would be cool. I wonder, like the people that's viewing. I wonder, like, are y'all into scary movies or any of that stuff? Like, tell us what some of y'all did for Halloween. I suck. Like, I never really do anything for Halloween. I'm gonna get it together next year. I swear, I'm gonna really get it together.
Well, that was actually my ever first time wearing a costume since I have.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, since I was a kid. I think the last time I wore a costume was.
Maybe that's why you enjoyed this so much because you was all on Instagram. Like, I need y'all to hit her Instagram, ms_April 8477 or 4877. ms_April 4877. I need y'all to hit her Instagram because she was like highfalutin, like she was posing for real, like posing. Like, look
my mom gonna hop on there talking about the big bad wolf. You ain't looking for the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf looking for you. I said, where you come from? Why are you on here? you ain't even supposed to be on here.
Oh, now she know how to run Instagram. Oh, so now
she came on my Instagram account. I asked Cameron. I said, "Can you be the big bad wolf?" He said, "And wear that granny costume? Are you serious?" I said, right. You are no fun. I'm gonna get KJ to do it. KJ said, no.
I can't really talk. Like I said, I can't really talk about nobody because I ain't do nothing. But I'm gonna have it together next year though. Like I would do like.
Next year when we get on here, we have to wear our costumes.
Right.
We have.
Yeah, because I would do like a Freddy Krueger thing or something like that. Either that or a Michael Myers.
Well, let me see. How can I be Jamie Lee Curtis?
See, I'm going to do my Mariah Carey one of these years, maybe.
Listen, are we going to see Mariah Carey? Look, side note, are we going to see Mariah Carey?
Y'all want to see that high ass
queen. I got to see the queen.
I'm not paying $3,000 to go see Mariah Carey. No, it ain't Mariah Carey. I got her mixed up with Beyonce. My bad. Marquetta said, "Oh Lord."
Lord, what?
Shut up, Quetta. Look, I got it mixed up with Beyonce. Beyonce is the one that's expensive. Oh, absolutely. I will go see Mariah Carey. I do want to.
Listen, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that, and we're gonna have to live stream from the show. Like I think that. Obviously, we can't live stream the show, but I mean, we can at least, before it started and all that. And, like I think that would be dope. Like we should get some tickets and go.
When is she supposed to be going? Coming.
December 7th. She here.
December 7th.
Look at Tiffany. It's always something. I gotta work.
The ticket's gonna sell Friday.
Okay, so listen, y'all. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with y'all. We just kind of went with the flow. Our first guest, not really positive what happened. We more than likely will get rescheduled with her, because our second guest is actually she's in the lounge now. She's in the waiting room. This is an amazing young lady, and let me tell you, I'm really just learning about her. This Tiffany friend, and this is Tiffany friend all day long. But I'm really just learning about her, and I'm excited about what she really brings to the community. As I mentioned at the top of the podcast, she is currently running for the school board. I'll let her actually go into detail, with exactly what her position is and that sort of thing. But she's done some other really, really positive things in the community too, on the political side. And I think that that's really cool, because I actually ran for city council in the city that I live in 2 years ago. So I think like with me having done that, I get it now, like how much work it is and how much goes into the process and just everything that you do with it. So I thought it was really, really, really cool. Look, listen, Marquetta throwing me off with this comment, but it's actually cool though. But
look, she said, so is her name Carrie?
I know they looking like, why did he stop? I was looking at a comment that one of our faithful viewers actually just posted in there. But
that one right there, we gotta let's pray for dear Heavenly Father. We got this lady on here, Marquetta.
Anyway,
Lord.
But no, I think it's really, really cool what Summer Hall is doing. And I'm gonna actually just go ahead and bring her in so that you guys can actually start to get to know her, and she can talk about what she has going on and her running for the Akron School Board. So all that said, let's go ahead and welcome Summer Hall. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Listen, we are doing amazing. I think it's good. Well, first of all, welcome to Transcending the Culture. You got myself, you got Tiffany, and you got Kat. I'll let you ladies go ahead and talk for a second and welcomes and all that kind of jazz.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
We are doing phenomenally wonderful here.
And
it is so wonderful to see you, Summer.
Yes. My childhood friend.
I know. Round the corner, round the block, all the way.
It's been not right there.
Literally.
Now, I think this is really cool. Obviously, I was explaining at the top of the podcast, and I know that you were not here in the beginning, but essentially, it's titled Transcending the Culture. So, the whole idea is that we are putting a light, shining a light on people and things that we feel are positive for the culture, positive in our communities, people who are doing positive things in the community, and just those who are out here pushing and working hard, and they don't really get, they don't necessarily get that push, or they don't get that recognition and that sort of thing. So, and we have a little fun on here too. So, I mean, as you saw when you popped in and we were having a conversation, we're doing a lot of laughing and joking and all that kind of stuff, in between our guests and whatnot. But it's really cool to bring you on. And as I kind of explained, like I ran for city council a couple years ago. So just even seeing like that piece of it, and not saying that you on city council, but I'm just saying like the work that goes into like working in the community and actually being involved. And, working for the constituents, and that's sort of like like I think that you deserve a lot of praise for that. And then, you know, obviously being a part of the school board or running for the school, like that's a lot. It's a lot. And it's so much that you have to deal with. So I think, you know, the beauty of you coming on is that you can kind of expound on a lot of that and really tell us what that's like and what your process has been like, and then really go into some of the amazing things that your bio tells us that you've done. But, you know, of course, we want you to let everybody else know. So go ahead. I would say introduce yourself first, and then, you know, we'll kind of start coming with our questions and whatnot. So we got plenty of time. So.
All right. Well, my name is Summer Hall. And again, thank you for having me. Thank you, Tiffany, for believing in me and, you know, letting your colleagues know who I am. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You know, I'm still that same person that, you know, we hung out with as little girls, you know, and my heart still goes out to you and your family. So again, thank you, James, and thank you, Kat, for having me. So born and raised right here in Akron, Ohio. Graduated from John R. Bookto High School, which is an Akron public school. Grew up in a neighborhood where, you know, a lot of people counted you out, right? Because it was a majority Black neighborhood that I grew up in. And I just say, look at me now, you know? I was raised by an amazing mom, Sabrina Hall, and my father, who's a pastor in Akron, Pastor Greg Partridge. And my parents were not married and they were not together, but, you know, they did the best that they could to raise me and give me everything that a child could want. I thought I was rich growing up. You know, you couldn't tell me nothing. I had everything, you know.
Yeah.
Grow up and like, you grow up and you're like, wait, y'all paid that kind of bill? Wait,
yeah.
You know?
And that's that's really, that's the beauty of having good parents, because like like even me growing up, like we weren't poor, but we wasn't rich either. And we thought we was like well-to-do.
Right.
And, you know, to know now, like to know now all of the things that, like, even for me, to know all of the things that my parents had to worry about when I was young, and like how my mother just let it brush off of her shoulders. And it's like, listen, I would be under a rock somewhere right now, like if I had to worry about all of that stuff. Yeah. So it's like, it's to me, it's a sign of, you know, obviously good parenting and just the fact that your parents loved you.
Yes. And I knew that they loved me. That's the thing. Right. It's a difference when your parents just love you or you feel it, but to know it, right? Because ain't nobody tell me that my mom and my dad didn't love me, you know, nobody. I, after high school, you know, the only option you really had then was you go to college, right? And so I went to the University of Cincinnati, majoring in biology. I wanted to be a gynecologist.
Okay.
And that was just something that I wanted to do pretty much all my life, was be a doctor. My mom got sick. I came back home. I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. My mom passed away when I was 24, leaving me with 4 siblings to raise by myself. Wow. And, you know, it's, you know, you seek help, but my pride was too much where I'm like, I'll never get on assistance. I'll never, you know, that pride, right? But then when every door closed, that no one could help me, nobody could do this, they ran out of money for this, you know, I had no other choice to get on assistance. But then I got on it and was treated like crap, right? Yeah. You know, I worked a full-time job. I had a good job. I made decent money for me and my daughter, but not for 4 of the kids. Yeah. And it was put them in foster care. Do this, do that. Well, my mom was a foster parent, and many kids graced our door. And learning about, I even did an internship at the foster care agency, and just learning about where these kids are coming from and what has happened to them. You know, I could not put my siblings in foster care overnight, not for $20,000, not for $2,000, because there was no guarantee that they would not be affected. Right. And they were already affected by their mom being passed. I had a 14-year-old sister, 13-year-old sister, 10-year-old sister, and a 6-year-old brother that my mom left behind. And when my mom it's kind of like their dad died too. You know, everybody deals with death differently.
Yeah.
And he checked out, you know, leaving me with his kids to raise. But I didn't complain, you know, because when my mom was in the hospital, I said, you know, get better. I got this. I just need you to come home.
Yeah.
And oftentimes I regretted telling my mom, I got this, right? Because I feel like if I would have never said that, she would still be here. I feel like me saying, I got this made her be able to
Yeah.
was dealing with. And
I get it.
Right. So I've dealt with that for many, many years, but I had that, right? So I raised them, you know, and they're all self-sufficient. They're all on their own. They're standing on their own 2 feet. They have jobs, careers. You know, my sister works for an airline. She's been there for 2 years and have been promoted like 4 to 5 times.
Yeah.
So my daughter is in her 2nd year of law school.
Wow.
4th
Wait a
grade.
minute. Hold on now. Stop playing with us. You ain't old enough to have no daughter in law school. You better quit playing with us.
44 years old.
Now, you're not in the club. You don't have to give us no fake ages or nothing.
I'm 44. No cap. Don't, like the kids say, no cap, right?
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Let's talk a little bit about 44. My mom died at 44. So this really because I've been having anxiety for the past couple years. I wake up. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I wake up, you know, when I turn 44. Will God, like, you know, see fit for me to be here to raise my children? And I did a countdown on Facebook, 6 days till 44. That's the only way I got through it because I was an emotional wreck.
Yeah.
And then when I turned 44 that day, I woke up, I got on Facebook and I said, I'm here. I'm here. So I feel like if God gave me to go through that I have more to offer. You know, I am a service person. You know, I work for the city of Akron. And in my role with the city of Akron, I am the community outreach coordinator for our Office of Integrated Development, as well as the program manager for the Inner Belt. And the Inner Belt was a Black community that, you know, at the time, the planning director put a highway through that community to make it easier for people in the suburbs to get through downtown versus going into the Black community. And we hear about that all across the United States, you know? And then I also am the public arts liaison. Meaning that I oversee a commission of 9 residents of Akron. And if anyone wants to do art in Akron on public land or ask for public funding, they have to go through the commission. So I sit between them and the city of Akron. I also facilitate numerous programs on behalf of the mayor to educate residents and children of the city of Akron and how the city of Akron works. Right, how city government works, you know, the top, who's down, you know, working, doing the work every day to make sure our city stays vibrant and livable, and that you have trash and water and, you know, our engineering. And I educate our residents and our kids about that. You know, they learn about who's in City Hall and who's your ward person, and you know, they learn about the police department, the fire department. All those details, I actually teach them hands-on about it, you know. So I've been doing the work for the community. I've been doing the work for the children, for our residents. And even as a little girl, I did the work with my grandmother who fed the poor. She was a civil rights activist, Marion Hall. And I was that little girl going down in the basement making food boxes for families that didn't have food. And my Aunt Helen Arnold, who was the first Black woman to sit on the Akron School Board and held her presidency of the school board for well over 15 years. So I come from
your family legacy is like being there in the community. Like that is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, we lost her.
Oh no, I'm here. So yeah, all I know is community. All I know is how to take care of other people and be that resource. That's what I know. That's what I've been born to do. That's my gift. You know, we wonder about what our gift is. That's my gift, is to help somebody, to be a helpmate, you know? So
like when you were growing up, like did you kind of know, I mean, I know you said you wanted to be a gynecologist, but did you know that you wanted to be in public service, or how did you end up like landing in public service though?
you know, it's funny. I was a little girl and I used to see people come to our house and knock on our door and, Miss Hall, I have no food. Miss Hall, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. I have no dinner for my family. And turkeys and all types of stuff. And I'm like, that's my turkey. What are you doing? You know? And I'll never be like you guys when I grow up. Ever. You help everybody. And here I am today, helping the world. You know, if I could save the world, if I could do whatever it is to make sure every child eats, every child has a coat, anything, I would. You know, but I can't change the world by myself. You know,
Absolutely.
but if I can just change the life or be effective in somebody's life, that's my help one person. That's my goal. So being a public service person, never saw it. But as I'm in it now, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have did it. And I could be retired in, you know, a couple of years, you know, or, you know, I could have made my mark, you know. But I love
but like you mentioned not being able to do it alone. And I think we all realize that and understand it. So like what things do you do, or in what ways do you kind of go about getting people involved and getting the community involved a little bit more?
I talk to people. I'm real. You know, I know we can't do this by ourselves. So I'm gonna hold you accountable. You know, hey, person that can do A, B, and C, especially Black men, step up. You know, these young boys, yeah, they might not have their dad in their life, but we gotta stop talking about it and be about it, right? Yeah. So many people that's in all these different places of either power or just being an average citizen. You matter. You know, if you're a stand-up guy to your children, you don't have to raise somebody else's kid, but just be that voice or that ear to a child that's struggling, you know? So what I do, you ask, what do I do? I try to be involved. I try to, you know, if there's a kid in need, if I have the resources, I'm going to provide them. You know, many people here in Akron know that my daughter went to college after high school graduation, and she said, Mom, I don't want any debt in undergrad. So what did Mom do? Mom's not taking out a Parent Plus loan. You got great grades. You did your job. Now
okay.
I'm going to help you find the resources you need to go to school debt free.
Right.
So Mom filed local here in Akron, local money, over $20,000 worth of money. We applied for those scholarships.
See, that's awesome.
And when she wasn't trying to get out and kick it with her friends on Friday night, and our deal was a scholarship or two a week, and you didn't do that, you weren't going anywhere, you know? And she did it to go. She sat down at the table, mad as ever. She got over it. But then when she had that debt for college, she said, thank you, Mom. Now people call me, Summer. Okay, my kid about to go to college. What do I need to do?
You're right.
You the blueprint of what I did, not saying it's right, but what I did, I felt was right for my child. And if you feel like I did was right for mine and you want a piece of that, I'm going to do that. Why do I need to charge? All I'm doing is telling you the ropes, sharing the ropes with you that I did.
Right.
Like everything should have a dollar sign.
Yeah.
Or
everything can't be about $1.
It's not. And I'm not charging people. I will hey, when school starts, go to that kid's counselor, get 10 transcripts, have the teacher and counselors write recommendation letters now, right at the beginning of school. Because if not, and October, November come, when scholarships coming out, you at the mercy of everybody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In an envelope and everything's together and get a binder. When these scholarships start coming out,
you got all your stuff together.
Your kid is not number 8, 12, 30 in line for that counselor's signature or whatever. You got it.
Absolutely.
You know? So I just try to be a resource to people. If somebody call me and say, Summer, I don't got no coat for my kid. I got a coat.
Yeah.
I can give you tons of stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and I've given those to people and things like that, you know. And it's funny, but it's not funny. I had a mom call me today, and she said, "Summer." Well, she called me, left a voicemail, so I called her back, and she said, "Hey, I know that you're running for the school board. I had an incident at my daughter's school, and I won't tell you what happened because I don't. Well, I'll just leave it as that. But for her to find my telephone number and to call me and say, I need help." Man, I was sitting there almost in tears. Like,
because but it's you know, a lot of that is because of, you know, your history and what you've done already. Because that's what a lot of people are going based on. They're going based on things that you've done already and that they've seen and what, you know, what other people are saying. And so yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'm a genuine
So
person.
what
Yes,
you are. I mean, because when I sat here and read your bio, you know, I know a couple of years ago when I saw that you ran in 2015. Of course, I had a lot of things going on, but I remember like hearing your name and everything, seeing you on Facebook and all that. And I remember you and it was so funny because Cameron used to deliver the West Side Leader over there. And I remember seeing you at your house, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Summer, what's going on?" Then I had got to thinking in my head, "Why she move over here?" You know. And I'm like, "Wow, I really did not know how much you have accomplished." I remember your mom passing. I remember that. And when I got to reading your bio, I'm just sitting here like, what? Like, I just did not realize how much you have accomplished throughout the years. And when me and you was talking on the phone and you was telling me about your daughter, and that we was joking around because me and you both did the pop up with the next child. Like, my son is 24. Your daughter is 24.
3.
She's 23. My child is 11. Your daughter is in the 4th grade. He's in the 6th. Like, I don't know what we was thinking, but I mean, things happen. They're here. We love them. Right. But I just want to commend you, you know, of all your accomplishments. And I'm just like really glad that people can reach out to you in the community, you know, and get the resources they need from you. I really don't think a lot of people in Akron, Ohio really knows anything about you to the point where they can just call and say, "Hey, Summer," you know. It's almost like it's word of mouth. You know, Summer Hall, Summer can, you know, just call her and see what she can do. You ain't no magician by far, but still you can reach out to other people who need help. And you running in 2015 and you unfortunately didn't get it. How did that make you feel? Because now you can say, "I'm not even going to stop there. I'm going to go on." You can always run again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, how did that make you feel, not being able to be on the board then, and now you're running again?
It was a learning experience. You know, everything about growth is about a learning experience.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I ran, so rewind back in 2001 when my aunt passed and they were looking for people to take her place, and my family was like, do it. I'm like, "You're right. I ain't doing that," you know. And I was 21 at the time, you know, and I'm like, yeah, no, you know, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to, you know, be in Cleveland Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know. You know.
Wait a minute now.
At that age,
I'm like, wait a minute. What are you trying to do in Cleveland on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays?
Wednesday was the Wish. Thursday was Moda. Fridays was
Remember Jeans and Moet?
That was Sundays at Mirage. Saturday.
Yeah, that was
it was yeah. And then I would wake up and go to a full-time job on Monday. Or Thursday, Friday. But
Jeans and Moet was Sunday, and then we went to Skate USA on Saturdays.
Yep. Did it all. But
you said, listen, I'm not missing nothing. I'm going to it all.
I wasn't. And then when my mom passed at 24, I had to grow up, right?
Yeah.
Grow up. I didn't stop living,
Right.
but I had to grow up. And then in 2015, I announced to my family, "Hey guys, I'm gonna run." It was like about time. I'm like, "What?" They're like, "We've been waiting." I'm like, "How y'all know?" They're like, "We've been waiting because that's your calling." So when I ran, I didn't know everything, right? I had somebody make my flyers. I passed them out. You know, my dad bought my yard signs. That was it, right? Um, and I tried my best, right? And it's funny because I said, "Well, I wasn't last. I ain't coming last,"
Right.
But I feel like that was an experience to get me to where I am now,
Absolutely.
And I was able to start learning who I was
Absolutely.
because I've been hiding myself for so many years because these kids were my first priority.
Uh-huh.
First.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew was how to raise them and how to make sure they were protected, how to make sure that they needed like my mom did for me. So when I didn't lose, I was hurt. Whose feelings isn't going to be hurt that you didn't win, right? You put yourself out there. But I'm like, okay, I'll run again someday, right? So at that point, when I ran in 2015, I got to meet Mayor Horgan. He was running for mayor,
Yeah.
got to meet so many other people, putting myself out there to where doors were just opening for me, and Hill, you guys had heard, I volunteered for NAACP. I volunteered for the year of 2015, because I'm like, I need to be in the community. I need to learn the community of which we serve. I need,
Absolutely.
All of that I cried about when I was a little girl about why I help all these people. I think at that point, life was when it was like, this is your calling. This is your calling. You're meant to be out in the community. You're meant to do the job that God called you to do. So me working there, me running for school board, and then that's when I landed a job with the city of Akron. And I've just been knocking it down since then. In the city, I'm that person.
Wow.
Everybody, different departments. If they got an issue,
Yeah.
they come. If they need help, they're like, Summer, can you help with this? Summer, we know that you did A, B, and C. Can you tell us some vendors? We need this, we need that. And it's not just the city of Akron, it's people and partners that will call and say, hey, Summer, I heard you had a list of vendors. Can you send that list to me? Like, it's not just about me, it's about being a resource.
Absolutely.
And I've been doing the work, with the high school town halls, take the mayor there, introduce him to the senior class at every high school in Akron, and the most meaningful one was when I went to my daughter's school and she was in the crowd as a senior. All her friends were like, hey, Miss Ah. And she's like, hi, Mom. And I'm like, hey. But then when I got to talking and all that stuff, and she sat back and she was just like, I looked at her. And that look on her face was like, wow,
that's my mom. That's my mom.
That look that I felt. And then that made me stand even taller because I'm like, my baby looking proud. And not only that, I'm standing in front of all of her friends, her classmates, So those moments really helped me grow.
Yeah.
To fast forward to now, I'm running again. Not because I lost last time, because there's still a need. The job's still done.
Absolutely. Right.
We talked. And that's like you running and then, obviously not getting it the first time. I just feel like that happens more than we know with a lot of candidates. I mean, even taking my sister, for instance, she's running for judge of common pleas here in Cleveland. Okay. And she's been a public servant for so long. She was a public defender for 17, 18 years, and licensed social worker and private attorney. And she's been doing it. So she actually ran for judge a few years ago, and she didn't make it. And you kind of look back at your run, and when you don't make it, and you try to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? Why may I have not gotten it? And we just kind of chalked it up as, starting late and not necessarily knowing everything that goes into running. And sometimes you need that first time to do it, to kind of get an idea and really feel your way around. And you may win, you may not win, but then if you don't, it kind of gives you that knowledge now to when you come back and do it again, you know what to do and you know what not to do. Because she's running now again, and she's killing it. And right now she's running unopposed. So and she's been campaigning all year. Awesome. So I think that was her bonus, was that she's been running all year. So they know her here. I mean, they knew her already, but now they know her because she's been running around.
My daughter worked in Cleveland as a probation officer for a little bit.
So I would imagine they probably listen. My sister's in Sigma Gamma Rho, so I feel like she know the whole city of Cleveland.
And my daughter's a Delta, so yeah.
Oh, I'm quite sure they know each other.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And I mean, my sister, she's been with the county for over 20 years, so
okay.
I mean, she's doing amazing, but awesome. I think it just goes to show too, definitely with you as well, that sometimes you need that first opportunity. Just to learn it all, and then come back and then just really take it by storm. And it sounds like you're doing very well. So now with the city of Akron, what is your job title, or what is it that?
So community outreach coordinator.
Got you. Okay.
More community outreach within my the public arts liaison, dealing with the public arts in Akron. And the program manager for the Inner Belt, trying to figure out what to do with the 30 acres that the city of Akron has. And then, I said, is other facilitate other programs, such as the Mayor Citizens Institute, educate students. Schools will call and say they want to do government day, and I'm that person that they transfer them to, so I kind of just pick the title as, hey, I'm a high school person, or the school facilitator. And when we have summer camps or schools will have kids come in and learn about government, things like that. And I think I've built a great rapport with my colleagues at work. When it comes to the Mayor Citizens Institute, all I got to do is send an email. They're like, yeah, we was waiting for this, so with this year. But I hope, that we pick it back up, because I've been getting emails and phone calls. We haven't anything. I'm like, well, guys, I'm sorry we didn't do it this year. What do you mean? I'm like, look for next year. So I already have people lined up because they want to do this program. And I've graduated 125 people within the 6 years. I've been doing it. Started in 2017 where someone else did it. And then after that, I took it on from 20 on. But 125 people that are now ambassadors for Akron, that know the right information. Their communities, and give that information, or be that person when you don't know something, you go to that person that was a part of that my program, and they can guide you, or they can give you my information and I can help you. So awesome programs. It really was awesome.
It really does sound like it. So if you win, how does that affect your job now? Or does it just kind of go hand in hand with what you're doing already? Or?
So we're going to speak it in existence and say when
So when you win.
When you win. Yep.
Job. I've already checked those avenues and all of that stuff. And I got approval from, our mayor now and the current mayor coming in. I got approval before I even took that step to take out and go get, 300 signatures, which I got 975 signatures. But I killed it.
You wasn't playing.
Go down and check all the.
Oh, that's right, Summer.
Let me go above and beyond and get. They say you can turn into up to 900, so I turned in 900. And so, I want this. So I did the work to do it, Yes, I had some people helping me get signatures, but
Absolutely.
a majority of the work I did for our signatures.
But it probably helped as well that like you volunteered with the NAACP. And like you had been out there in the community, so people knew who you were when it came time for you to go and get signatures, or for your team to go and get signatures for you. So I'm sure that made it a lot easier.
Not know. I went up to a lot of people I did not know.
Yeah.
Hey, would you mind signing my petition? Well, who are you? I'm glad you asked. And I told them my story and things like that, and they were like, "Whoa, we need people like you."
Yeah.
People like you, because my story was, when my daughter was in kindergarten, I didn't have a voice. I didn't know my voice. I didn't know my place as a parent when my daughter was pushed to the back of the classroom and told to be quiet because she was done with her work. And kids, she's 5, they want to talk to their classmates, right? It's no fault to her that she was already doing the things. She already did the things that they were currently working on, right? But instead of that teacher pushing her to continue her academic excellence and to continue to be nurtured and be valued, she put her in the back, and then my daughter would get up and say, "I can't see the board," and then an argument, which I won't even do that. But I went and tried to talk to the teachers, the principals, and I was told, "We don't do that. We don't move kids. We're not giving extra work." And I was like, okay, why not? Why not? I know when I'm not wanted, and I know when my child wasn't wanted. So we partnered, and where she is now, she's thriving. But I had to work through that to know and to learn the ropes of, if your child's not accepted in that manner, the next step is to go to talk to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Not being heard as a parent, you don't just stop and walk away. You fight. And that's friends and people I don't know reach out to me and they're like, "Help me. My child is in this situation. Help me." And I try to be a resource. I don't have all the answers and I'm not on the board right now, but I can tell you who to talk to because I know the people that are in those different roles that talk to.
No, I think that's really, really amazing. I'll let you ladies kind of take it from here, and before we close out.
I did have a question for Summer. I previously have worked as a parent advocate, so I definitely applaud you for your work that you do on behalf of the parent at the schools. My question for you is, because you seem like such a community person, what can we as average citizens do to bring that community aspect back?
You're kind of breaking up, to bring that community aspect back. Is that what you said?
Yeah, to a sense of community. How you what you seem like you're doing? What can we do?
Well, first of all, we have to understand our neighborhoods. We have to get out and meet our neighbors. We have to be a resource for each other. We got to stand together. We don't just talk about each other. If you see something wrong or you see somebody's kid or whatever, you have to be able to communicate with each other. Communication is always the key. So I feel as if you get to know your neighbor instead of just judging and based off what you see. You never know what someone's dealing with behind closed doors. You never know one story until they tell it to you. So I challenge our community is just to get to know one another. Be a voice of reason. Talk to these kids. Everybody's so scared, and I get it. I get it. Nowadays, it's like you say something to somebody's kid, you got to not only deal with that kid popping off, but you got to deal with that mama popping off. Where does that respect lie? Where is that respect? I feel like if we get that respect back, you shouldn't be mad if I tell your kid to get out the street, or if I tell your kid, "Hey, get off that corner," or "That's not nice how you said that. You shouldn't talk to each other like that." And you should be okay with me being able to tell your child, I'm not being mean to
Yes.
just be spiteful. I'm telling your child that out of love. When I say get out the street, that's because you can get hit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to sit back and just say, okay, this person means well. Now, everybody don't always mean well. So don't get me wrong when I say that, but there are a lot of people that mean more well than not. We got to start looking out for. We got to take our neighborhoods back, whatever neighborhood it is, be it the suburbs or the urban community. But we cannot discriminate and pick and choose who can be in that neighborhood.
Mhm.
We have to love one another, and love is the main thing. We got to love each other. Because, like I always say, my stepmom is very
It's
known.
not enough of that going on.
You never know you're gonna need a glass of water.
Right.
You can be mean
Absolutely.
to your neighbor, pass out right on your porch, and that neighbor sees you. They go do two things. They go help you, or they go turn around and walk back in the house.
Right. Right.
Walk
My
right
neighbor,
over you.
oh, Summer, what's going on? Hey, let me call 911. That's what I want my neighbor to say. So you with kindness, and you don't always have to be alone. So to bring our community back, we got to do everything I just said,
Absolutely.
and we gotta step in when there's a voice, especially for these kids. These kids are crying out. These kids are facing that we've never faced. I mean, I'm not going to say we've never faced, but a lot of us have never dealt with. These kids are crying out,
Yep.
and we got to help them. And sometimes people say they're too far gone. It's late. Is it really?
Yeah.
Because the
Nah.
people that've been in jail all their life and this, that, and the other, they come out and they change their whole life around. Was it
Mhm.
late? Somebody just grabbed a hold of them and I got you. And that's me. That's what I'm doing. I got you. Parents, I got you. Teachers, I got you. Kids, I got you to the best of my ability. I'm going to try to make a difference. And it's not just the teachers we got to keep putting the blame on. These teachers teach between 8 and 2:30. Those kids are home. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it starts at home. It really does start at home.
and educating don't just stop at school. These kids,
Absolutely.
they got homework. That's why they have books. So when do we as parents step up and take accountability for our,
Absolutely.
and when do we get on the same page with our teachers? My 9-year-old is chatty. As you see, she got it honest. I talk too much. Her dad talks a lot too. But guess what? That calls me and says, Summer, Layla was doing A, B, and C. Thank you. We'll make sure she comes back to school tomorrow and does the right thing.
Absolutely.
I don't have to beat her to say what I feel, but I'm gonna put
Right.
the fear in her that your job is that's
Some people think different, Summer.
Yeah.
Hit Dukes.
but you're not gonna do A, B, and C. And my kids are blessed. They have a whole lot.
Yeah.
But what you're not gonna do is take advantage of me or any situation.
Absolutely.
Humble and grateful for what you
Yeah.
have.
Absolutely.
So
And it's important for us to, obviously teach our kids that. Like that's
yes, we have to teach our kids. And it's unfortunate that babies are raising babies. And
Yeah.
because their parents don't know, is no blame to them. Because all you know is what you know, and all you're taught is what it is. And the Bible, how do we get those parents to understand life a little bit more? How do we get our parents and teachers on the same page?
Okay, so we actually got a
My
question.
mom,
Hey, how are you, Miss?
Go ahead.
my mom said congratulations on your accomplishments for one thing. And she said, can you read her comment, Summer?
Yeah. Yep. I sometimes don't
Oh, okay.
feel that I'm not doing enough to make the student environment better. What do you think you can do for the school environment? So, number one is, yeah, we have a failing school district, but let's stop talking about it. Let's stop putting that failing in the air as much as we do. We all know what it is. We got our kids going to school knowing that they're going to a failing school. How does that make you feel knowing that you are at school every day and you got to get up and go to school knowing that your school is failing?
Right.
Life to these kids and to our schools, and make it more of an environment where you love to learn, and let them know that the teachers are doing everything possible to give them the best education. Let's get that failing out of our system and say that this is what we are. This is what the schools are saying, the state is saying about our schools. But that's not. Let's find out why our kids can't take that. Let's find out how we can do things differently in the schools to help our kids learn. Because what we're doing evidently is not working because we're still a failing district. Some schools are better than some. Some schools have more resources than some. Let's put the same resources in every school. Let's give every kid a chance.
Absolutely.
You know, people are moving their kids out of the district left and right because of the norm. Our schools are failing. I don't want my kids to say I'm in a failing district. I want to say, baby, you go to school and you do your best and be your best. I went to Bookto knowing everything that was kind of against the kids at Bookto. But I wanted to go there because I wanted to see what it was like. But everybody talked down about and bad about. I wanted to experience that. And Bookto made me the person that I am today. It made me outstanding. I came from private schools, public schools. I know both worlds. I know sectors. I know what the private schools are doing. I know what the public schools are doing. Why not incorporate?
But I would imagine that helps you in your role a whole lot more because you know both sectors.
It balanced me.
Yeah.
It totally balanced me where I can go into a room and I don't care what you look like.
Right.
I'm
because you have a lot of people on the boards who they don't know the other sectors, or they don't know the opposite sector,
and they might not even know the urban community.
That part right there.
I'm not saying this is what it is. Sometimes you don't see people until it's election time.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say it about me because I'm there. I'm out there. I'm not just knocking on your door to say, can I put a yard sign in your yard? I'm everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
With my job, I'm talking to everybody in every single, all 10 wards have an opportunity to come to be a part of the program that I facilitate.
Yeah.
I don't pick and choose. And I'm not afraid to go to the neighborhood. So it's just what it is. And as far as what we need to do to change it, I pretty much spelled it out. We need to start seeing life and not only celebrate when we have great programs, but let's celebrate our kids that have tried and been behind, but they got up or they passed that test. Let's bring some excitement into that child's life. I know you've been working hard and it hasn't been easy for you, and you've been getting but congratulations on that C. You know, how do we congratulate our kids for just doing well? Yeah, you had a 1.2. You got a 1.7. Congratulations, because that means that child worked a little harder than they did before.
Right.
A little harder.
You know, I find out we congratulate.
I wanted to ask.
Okay.
I moved out of Akron and moved out here in Green well, first of all, it was to be in a better neighborhood. And KJ was actually I vowed not to put him in any public schools. Cameron actually went to he was just all over. He went to United Baptist Church, came up with a school called Royal Christian Academy. He was there kindergarten, first grade, and then they ended up shutting down. And then he ended up at this off-brand, and I'm just gonna put it out there. It was an off-brand private Christian school called Phoenix. It was based out of Cleveland, and they were in Mount Calvary. They ended up closing down because I guess the principal wanted to do at 8th grade, not an assignment, but to teach the 8th graders the real world out there. Anyway, the assignment went kind of south real quick, and they ended up closing down the school. And so then he went from there to Arlington Christian. I ain't even gonna say what happened, but I didn't like it. So we took him to Emmanuel. I'm gonna put it out there. They just passed the boy. I'm so super serious. Then he got out of the 8th grade out of there, and he went. I homeschooled him. So in the 9th grade, he was homeschooled. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was just like, are you kidding me? He went to not Digital Academy. It was I forget what it's called, but anyway, they ended up closing. I think they ended up going bankrupt or something was going on. They ended up closing. So then he went to East. So then he left East, and then basically they passed him, and then he went to Kenmore Garfield. They ended up passing him. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me right now. Like, so the next child I had, I said I'm not sending him to no Akron public schools. I bet I don't. So he started at St. Paul. So St. Paul was a Catholic school out there on Brown Street. He did very, very well, but they ended up shutting down to the public. Then he went from there to St. Augustus. Now, St. Augustus is out there in Barberton. I loved it out there. They were very strict and everything, to the point where he wanted to be a Catholic. Well, my grandmother on my dad's side and my aunt and them was Catholic. So I was all for it. I let him go there because I heard good things about St. Augustus, because my cousin, he had his kids out there. So, but then, and they were being bused. But then we moved out here, and I just was like, I can't do that drive. So I found the school out here, Mayfair Christian. So he goes there now, and I love it, to the point where they're a small knit school, but they are very diverse. So the teachers are there. Oh, we lost her?
Uh-oh. No, I'm here. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay. So the teachers out there really loves him and everything, but it's just like the public school system out here is, I heard it's not no better than in Akron, but they're, predominantly white out here, but they're basically not no different. They're not different. So I'm just like, what to do? Because eventually I may have to, he's in the 6th grade now, and they only go up to 8th grade. So I'm like, I need to kind of move back to Akron to be closer to my mom, but I don't want him in any public schools. Absolutely not.
You think about it,
or just stay out here and just wing it.
But all schools have their challenges.
You know what I'm saying?
All schools have their challenges.
With the private school,
they have challenges too. They have challenges too. You have kids that are suffering from something in all aspects of life, right? So you have our urban school district, which is Akron Public Schools. They're suffering from something totally different than the private schools. We suffering from like no food, homelessness, that stuff. You still got kids in private schools that aren't test takers. You still have kids in private schools who have IEPs and mental illnesses and things like that. You still have it. But it's what's best for your kid is what you have to figure out. Now, you talked about, them passing your kid. So I bring it back to you. Why did you let them pass your kid? So if we as parents know that our kid is not where they need to be, Why aren't we stopping it? Why aren't we holding our kids back instead of putting it always on the school?
And Summer, I ask that question all the time. I'm serious. I ask that question in my head all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even going to put the blame on the system because, like you said, it starts at home. But for real, it's like I shouldn't have never had on this passing because I know, and I talked to a lot of parents that have went through the same thing. Like, girl, they just passed my kid. With the one girl over here, she actually, they were going to pass her son. Her son has ADHD. So they was going to pass her son, and she kept her son behind because she said she felt like he wasn't getting anything. He didn't get anything out of it. But let me tell you what. It starts from at home because if you're not at home teaching your son his ABCs and 1, 2, 3, why in the world are you blaming the school system because they just going ahead and pass him? When he comes home and you're out here singing and whatever and going out and carrying on, you can't do that. So stop blaming them. It's you too.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, like, you know, even in the situation with Cam, like, I mean, you can always go back and ask yourself like these questions of why did I allow this and why did I allow that? But in that moment in time, you're going based on what you know. Like you're going based on what you know. So you can't beat yourself.
And Cameron is not no dummy by far. Don't get me wrong, because Cameron ain't no dummy by far. It's just that I, as a parent, that I felt like he shouldn't have been passed. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like,
I mean, but
so many people here that's not really getting it. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to go to college.
But the beautiful thing is you learned from that situation, so now you know what to do.
Right.
We can't
exactly.
So you know not to just allow it. And I mean, it's the same thing with it's the same thing with Elijah having ADHD, and I didn't have situations.
Oh, I didn't know Elijah had ADHD.
I didn't have situations where they were just going to pass him or whatever, but my goal and the key for me and my goal was to make sure that he was getting all of the resources that were due to him.
Yeah.
So whether with extra taking time and just the different stuff that they give kids, when they have a IEP or
But Summer, by the grace of God, you being in the Akron Board of Education school system, and my mom was too. I tell you what, if it was not for mommy, she know people who know people. Cameron wouldn't be where he at now. I'm super serious. Or I'm gonna get such and such. She works over here at East. Or I'm gonna get such and such. She works down the hall over here. She know people. So Cameron got tutored. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like. I really think them teachers was just like, oh, I can't do it. You got some teachers that don't need to be teachers because if you don't have the patience, then why be one? That's why I be going through Instagram and you see these teachers is going to jail for this because they don't have patience. Okay, and I get it because if a student was to swing on me or try to or spit in my face or whatever, yeah, you may have to get the security guard.
And it's not always patience. I'm just saying, it's also the support of your administrators. It's how do we guide our new teachers and show them the way? If you have teachers from the suburbs coming to our urban school district and they have never dealt with some of our kids, they need to have someone for them. They need to be able to have an outlet too, right?
Do they have anything in place?
Right.
Do they have anything in place that kind of helps, like, I guess, new on-board teachers that may not have worked in
But then you also need to hire teachers that are born and raised here in Akron, Ohio, that go to school to be teachers, that internships to be teachers, but they get a job in Cleveland. Why aren't we hiring those people that grew up here, that know it? Why aren't we hiring those teachers? So that's one thing that I want to make sure that we do a better job at that. And do a better job at hiring what our schools look like. We want workforces to be what the community looks like. We need our schools to be the same way. We need just multiple different resources and new innovative ideals, right? We got to look at schools that are doing better than us to pull down some of those ideals. We got to stop looking at schools that's doing worse than us. We
Absolutely.
care about that.
Absolutely.
We need
Right.
to care about what schools are doing better than us. And then how do we learn from those schools to bring and incorporate their ideals and maybe some of their structures in our schools? We need to look at how the kids that are going to private schools from Akron Public Schools, what are they doing to get some of the kids that have never had an opportunity to go to the private schools, but now they do? What do those schools have? You
Absolutely.
know, I talk about mock trial. My daughter wanted to be a lawyer since sixth grade, and she was in Akron Public Schools. And when it came time to high school, I said, "What high school you want to go to?" She said, "I want to go to Bookton. I want to play ball. I'm gonna be a starting point guard there." She didn't play with all these girls that were going to school with her from fourth grade going up. But one thing that they did not have was mock trial. That was her deal breaker.
Yeah.
But the private schools had it. And I'm like, "No, Leah, go to Bookton. Come on." She's like, "I want to be a lawyer. And I want to know what I need to know when I get there."
Absolutely.
This is my 14-year-old saying
But
this.
but you know what that come from? That come from you. That come
It
from
does. And her
that
success,
comes from
my,
your parenting.
and I had to let her do her thing because look at her now. Second year law student, president of the Black Student Law Association in Chicago. Had I not let her be great and be herself, who's to say what she'd be? So we got to listen to our
Right.
kids, but also we got to bring the resources to our public school system. We got to bring the unions and trades back to our public school system. They're here a little bit, but we need them all the way back. We need to
Absolutely.
work with our corporations and our businesses to start co-op programs and vocation programs so that we as well, our kids and as seniors can say, "Hey, I want to go work for the city of Akron." I
Mm-hmm.
hear
Yeah.
so many of my
Yep.
colleagues
Yep.
hiring now because they started at 17 because they were in the co-op program
Yeah.
and they learned, you know, and they're retiring from the city of Akron. That's the only job they know, you know?
Yeah.
We need to bring that back. We need to build these partnerships back with the city of Akron and Akron
Yeah.
Public Schools and all our businesses. Akron Public
Uh,
Schools has lots of community people and organizations that believe in the system. We need to let them come in the system. We got mentorships, we got programs, we got so many organizations that have started all these
Mm.
wonderful programs. We don't let them in. Shame on us.
yeah.
Because when these kids are struggling and they're not reading at grade level, let these organizations come in the schools. They're already working with the kids outside.
Absolutely.
Let them come into schools and work with more kids.
Mhm.
Let them be able to broaden their horizons. We need our men to be able to come into the schools. We have what's called like the
Oh
father
my
walk.
God. We need more of them, to be honest.
We have a father walk. Why are these kids not being walked
Yeah.
by just whomever? I don't want to say whomever, but these men should be able to sign up and say, "Hey, I'm here at this school. I want to sign up to walk."
Yeah.
We're not asking you to hold the kids' hands. We're not asking you to put your arms around them. We're saying walk side by side with these kids and let them know that you are there.
Yeah.
And maybe a mentorship could come out of that. Maybe that man might have a resource or work for an organization to say, "Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are struggling? My organization helps
Yeah.
families like you."
Absolutely.
When do we think bigger? We got to stop being so enclosed in our little bubble, or we're going to continue to get the same thing we've got out of it for 40 years. Because all these same issues we've had have been the same issues when I was in school. When
Yeah.
do we break that norm? When do we break that cycle? I'm tired of hearing that kids are not reading at the third grade level when they've been at
Mhm.
that same school from kindergarten through third grade. Where do we
Yep.
miss the beat? We already know what kids are falling behind. Why we got to keep doing studies? We got to have solutions.
Well, I know there's a change coming because you are getting ready to win. So
I'm getting ready to win.
Yes,
absolutely.
you are. Summer,
If I
girl,
don't,
you ain't your daddy's child.
even if I don't win, I'm still gonna do the work.
Absolutely.
Because you know, I'm still,
Absolutely.
and I challenge all the other people running. If you don't win, don't stop doing the work. And if you haven't started doing the work, start doing it.
And that's
Don't
the key.
do it because
If
you
you
run.
don't like, if somebody doesn't win, don't stop doing the work. Like, don't let that stop you just because you didn't win. It just wasn't your time. But keep doing the work because
It's always a
the community needs everybody. And I know you're getting ready to take this. So, like, my last question is,
Okay.
what's the plan once you win? Like, where's the party gonna be at?
Listen, I'm out of resources. I have no more money, you know. So, if y'all want to make a donation, hey, go to electsummerhall.com and submit a payment through my PayPal app. That's on
cool
my.
that you say that, though, because I'm like, I wish there was a way for me. Like, how can people outside of Akron support? Because obviously, I can't vote for you.
electsummerhall.com.
I
It
can't
will
vote
pull
for
up
you
my
either.
website. It has a button that says donate. Click that button and insert your credit card.
I'm making a donation.
Hey, or my number, y'all,
I got y'all on the list.
Thank you. 5824. You can Cash App, you can Zelle, you can whatever, you know, but I'm gonna just probably have a small get together at my house, you know, because
we are here at Summer Hall's house where we are celebrating
come on.
Listen,
that'd be Kat's department because she has a degree in journalism, so we'll just let her do that because I'm gonna be.
But you know, one thing I love about the schools right now
I'm excited.
is that you don't have to go to college to be somebody anymore.
Absolutely.
You better say it.
You can.
You better say it again.
Right.
You can be a career person. I'm that career person. And I stand with confidence. Yeah, I went to school, but life happened for me, right? I had to grow up quick. I couldn't just enjoy kicking it in college anymore. I had to come home and help my mom, you know? And yeah, that took a toll on me as a young person. I was late to school my senior year. I don't even know how many times because I had to get my brothers and sisters to school because my mom couldn't walk. She woke up one morning and couldn't walk. Wow. Imagine you being 17 years old, dealing with having a mom that you thought was perfect, that nothing was ever going to happen, to seeing your mom cry every single day for years, you know, to wanting to go to college, but having to stop and then raise your family. You know, I don't have my degree, but that don't make me less than anybody. It don't make me less than the other people that's running with me.
Absolutely.
Because they have MBAs and PhDs. So what? Congratulations that you had the opportunity to do that. But how many people have that opportunity? Absolutely. I stand before you as the normal person, the person that went through struggle, that know what struggle feels like. I stand before you with that person that had the opportunity to go to college but did not be able to finish. And yes, I would love to finish one day.
Wow.
That's just because I owe the government, right? So I'm not giving anybody anything for free. So I'm gonna make sure I get that paper to say, okay, I paid for that. But in the meantime, I worked my butt off to where I am now. And I'm proud to say that I worked my butt off. And other parents have had to work their butts off to get to where they need to be. But look at me. I got siblings that are self-sufficient. Yeah. I got a daughter that's about to be a lawyer another year. And I got a 4-year-old she is a competitive cheerleader. She is a golfer. She is a soccer player. And she is a master TikToker. Okay? But I just won't let her do it on it because
maybe they know each other.
Well, she better than me because I ain't no good on TikTok.
So I am that.
You better look at my page.
And I'm going to push your kids to be great too.
No, I think that's really, really amazing.
And that's what we need. That's what we need for real in Akron public schools. Honestly,
you know, real people doing the job, doing the work, not just people that just talk.
That non-traditional life circumstances that you've been through, that is what the students and the parents are going through right now. So you're somebody that we can connect with. You're somebody that can, sympathize with these things and understand. I remember going through school and telling counselors things that I was going through, and they couldn't connect with it. They couldn't understand. What do you mean you're going through this? And I didn't have anybody that I identified with. So I think that you would be the perfect person to feel what we really need right now.
And I hope that the voters see that and understand that.
Right.
Well, they watch the
people.
podcast.
People don't complain about them later when they get in office.
Period.
You got my vote.
They still don't complain.
And that's usually what happens is they'll come back and they complain.
That's the problem. Complaint without action.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
No, I think this was really amazing. I know this hit home a little deeper for Tiffany and for Kent because they're in the city of Akron. But I can relate to something even with what Tiffany was talking about. I can relate to that just because my son had ADHD, and luckily, he got to the stage where he pretty much grew out of it. So he's a senior now. So that's really good. But we really appreciate you coming on. One more time, shout your website and then like any social media where people can follow you and keep up with you and that sort of thing.
Well, my website is electsummerhall.com. Summer is spelled just like the season, not an O, it's a U. So summerhall.com, electsummerhall.com. My Facebook is just my Facebook. It's Summer Hall. Instagram, I don't even know what. I think I have a vote Summer Hall. I don't know. But Facebook is the easiest way to connect with me.
Gotcha.
And hey, I'm a phone call, email away. You can call the city of Akron and say, "Can I speak to Summer?" They'll point you right to me. So thank you guys so much for taking the time out to talk to me, to listen to me. Thank you, Tiffany, for believing in me and seeing my worth to be a part of your podcast. I love you.
You about to have me in tears. I'm really I'm trying to hold back the tears.
You've always been a crybaby. Ain't nothing new. Just cry. But
well, thank you so much for coming on. Like any type of final comments that you had, or
who, me? Final comments?
Yeah.
I think I talked enough. I just say, I just want the opportunity to be able to really do the work.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can do as much as I can on the outside, but to actually, I can really prove that I am that best person for it. I think I'm great at building relationships, and I know how to meet people where they are. And I feel like I can be so much more effective being in the higher role to do that job. Again, if I don't win, I'm still going to do the work.
Absolutely.
You're always going to be a winner because you are now. I mean, I'm not in politics or nothing like that, but I just sat here and just listened to everything that you had to say. And I hate that I'm not in Akron because I can't vote for you. Right. But you really got my vote. Enough people out there going to vote for me. So you really got my vote. And, you my girl always will be. You always have been. And I am just super proud of you. I'm so super proud of you. Ain't even funny. Who knew that you were going to grow up and be this activist, And everybody is proud of you out here. And that's why I had to bring you on. I had to tell my cousin, like, hey, we got to get her on the show. But tell everybody else, you're always going to be Summer Hall. That's it. You ain't different, but you're always going to be Summer. Yeah. Just because you're going through all of it. No, absolutely not. So
tell a friend to tell a friend to vote for Summer. It's always tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend to tell their family. So
absolutely.
And you tell a friend to watch watch our podcast, and you make sure you continue watching us. Okay?
I will.
Just don't stop here, honey. Just don't stop here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
You too.
You too, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Guys. Thanks.
I thought that was pretty dope. Good job, Tiffany.
Oh man! Oh look. Wait.
Good job, Tiffany. I said, Tiffany going wild over here. She's like, I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like,
never called that.
I don't know if you got it from Diane or if Diane got it from you. Which one is it, Diane? Who got it from who?
Got what? got what?
How you was getting all loud and fussing on the video. Who got it from who? Did she get it from you, Diane, or did you get it from her?
I got it from her. My dad was not a he never was like would get loud with you and all that. He was kind of like the peaceful person. It took a lot for him to get upset. But all that extra, I definitely got that from her.
Okay. Now what you sipping on in that cup, Kat?
Cause she been quiet.
She ain't been that quiet. I drank enough this weekend.
I just wonder what she's sipping on because I didn't get my bottle of water and my Crystal Light. So I'm like, man, now she got something to drink and I ain't got nothing over here. Like, I'm kind of struggling a little bit, and I'm like, I can't get up and do the video.
Trying to hydrate. I did enough drinking this weekend. I had to
that's all that party you doing. I was like, Kat is turning up.
Mom,
I turned up. Maybe a little too much. I don't know.
She said, why aren't there more African American teachers in the school? Because they ain't trying to put up with these dang on. I don't know. I'm just talking.
Well, I think you turned up. I think you turned up just enough. Okay. Like we gotta. That's the thing is we gotta get out here. We gotta have a good time and we gotta live life. And you was living. Like life was life and with Kat.
Yeah,
Kat was living.
I was for sure living. But I know we supposed to be going on a trip. I think. And we're supposed to be going to Atlanta.
Yes.
And I want to eat good, but I don't know the thing.
Let me tell y'all what.
Saying ain't no food in Atlanta, so I'm a little scared.
No, hold up, time out. No, what we not about to do? We not about to be going to all of these restaurants. Okay, I can't eat like that. I went to Houston. Mm-hmm. I had so much leftovers. It was ridiculous. Now, I do want to try the old lady game because remember we went
eat a lot, but I want to eat something good though. I want to eat something good.
I want to go back to the old lady game.
So first of all,
what? Whoa! I don't know if old lady game is the place to go right now. According to
I know, right.
We may be sitting there for 2 hours and let's be a celebrity.
So so listen, let's actually get into that.
Listen, we're gonna have to drop the podcast name so we can get our table in 5 minutes, like they tried to do him.
Yeah, listen, I was like 5 minutes. He was so mad. He was like, no. I don't want y'all to treat me no different because people have been sitting here for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to play.
But this is my thing though. This is my thing with it. And I mean, people gonna say what they're gonna say. And I mean, it's all relative. It all depends on the person and who goes in there. And I guess what your expectations are and if you've been in there before and know what it's like in there. I mean, I've been there, I don't know, 3 or 4 times.
And how long has it took you to get in there?
I will say that the time, it usually is a wait. Like, I'm not even going to dispute that. It usually is a wait. It might be an hour. It might be an hour and a half. But I think that anybody that goes in there, especially somebody like him, like, I mean, I'm not saying he's a celebrity, but he's a celebrity, though. Like, I mean, like, he got millions of followers on his TikTok. Like, he's kind of a celebrity. So I just think that going in that type of place is owned by Candy. And it's usually a flood of celebrities in there and like coming in there and all of that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be crowded. It's gonna be crazy crowded anyway, because people already know that it's usually full of celebrities, and Candy and her family, a lot of times, like if she don't have something going on, they're usually working in the restaurant. So it's like you'll go there and you'll see her mother, you'll see her aunts, you might see her, you might see Todd, you might see the kids or whoever. Like I'm just saying, like the family is usually working in there, including Candy sometimes. So
well, when we went that year, who was that? 2015, something like that. And we went. We were so tired. We were so tired.
It's usually crowded, so it's gonna be that.
But it wasn't crowded that. I remember it wasn't crowded that day.
I mean, but then like he's complaining because his family went in there, and then they was told 2 hours, and then he went in there and they said
5 minutes. Right.
Well, dude, they don't know your dude. They know you. They don't know your family.
But he did not go. But at first, he asked for a carry out. He just told his family to go in there and see if he can get a carry out. They said no one.
But I understand that. But if you got 500 people, I mean, it's not 500 people in there. But I'm just saying, if you got 100 people in here and everybody ordering food, you kind of can't order no takeout right now because you're gonna be waiting.
He didn't know that though.
That's what she had made that video.
I'm just saying that.
Saying that she has said they don't do carry out orders on the weekend.
Right, because that's probably
so this is just on the weekend.
Have like a flood of traffic though, because people traveling, people in the city visiting or doing whatever, and they like, hey, let's go to old lady game. So I'm just saying, like, he's kind of a celebrity. So he has to know that it's gonna be crowded going in Candy restaurant. Now,
but what he did not know is that you couldn't get a takeout. He knew that it was crowded.
I get it, but when he found out that he couldn't do a takeout, why put a bad review on there? Or I mean, I guess it wasn't necessarily a bad review. He was just giving his experience. But
he just
he kept having that problem in a lot of places in Atlanta. He said Atlanta the worst place for him. He couldn't get food because they have so many rules. Because it's a popular place, it's a popular celebrity place.
Right.
I just to me, it make it sound like he coming for Candy, like so many other people are. Like I think a lot of people just want to see her.
He was a little upset.
A lot of people just kind of want to see her fall a little bit. I don't know.
But that wasn't the only restaurant though. He got into it with the milk and honey people. It was a restaurant called Milk and Honey, and then the owner made a video and said, "Well, who is Keith Lee?"
Oh my God! Why you move your head like that?
No, who Keith Lee is? Y'all know.
What he said? What now?
Like that when you said it.
He's gonna make a video talking about, well, who is Keith Lee?
I didn't know who the man was at first, because when it came through my news feed, I was like, what? And so then
I love Keith Lee. You be on TikTok every day.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out. No. That don't mean I'll be paying it. Like y'all be like, I need to be paying attention. Listen, that don't mean I'll be paying attention. You ought to be proud of me that I even know this much.
I was finna send you a message in the private chat. I was finna send you something in the private chat. Like, look at Tiffany.
You in the loop today.
I was on a nosy stroll. On IG, and I'm looking like, because every time I go on IG, I got about 100 more followers, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So KJ, he must be up there doing something wrong. But Candy came up on my news feed and was apologizing to him about, but I had, like I told James, I had scrolled up so fast that I got to thinking like, oh, she talking about dude. So I had to go back to him to see what the hell was going on. And they were talking about it. They were talking about the crap on the radio today. So
I think it was petty because
it definitely was petty. I thought it was.
I think it was petty.
The only reason I don't say that is because I watch Keith Lee, and he is a person that he tried to be fair, but I think that he just didn't know the rules of Atlanta. I haven't been to Atlanta since I was a kid, so I'm not going to know all those, little rules. You can't have takeout on Friday. You can't have this. Right. I don't know that. So I probably would be upset if I'm going to.
Because we not from Atlanta, first of all.
They invited him.
I give him that, but I just think
they said it was a scheme set up by Todd.
why else I think it was petty? Because even if you didn't go in and you sent your family in, even if you didn't go in and you sent your family in, I know damn well you saw the 200 people that were standing outside on Peter Street trying to get in the front door. Like, stop it.
Right. And that's not the part that's confusing me with Bohum is the fact that you send your peoples in to get a table. Like I said, he did not know. He did not know.
Maybe he was going to park. Maybe he was going to park the car. But if he was going to park,
he wanted to do blind taste tests because he want to see
what they food was.
Yeah, maybe he sent them in and he was going to park the car.
He want people to treat him like the average person.
That's exactly what he said. That's what he said.
But if people know who you are, they're not going to treat you like the average person. And you know that already anyway. If you was at an event and somebody from the somebody at the event from the restaurant came up to you and said, "Come to the restaurant," then you know they're not treating you like an average person. They're trying to get you in. So I don't know. I think it was petty.
Yeah, I honestly thought it. Man.
Well, I hope we can get something good when we go. That's all I know.
Well, we're gonna work that out because we're gonna work that out. And listen, we're gonna wait our 2 hours and we're gonna be all right.
You gonna wait your 2 hours. I bet I don't sit there for no 2 hours. You talking to a 46-year-old woman.
You might not be getting
and you fall asleep before anybody.
Well, you might not be getting nothing then, baby, because
I will walk down to Steve Harvey restaurant while y'all sitting there for 2 hours waiting on what minute.
You show out if you want to. We are not bailing you out. So
I got a parent. What?
Diane, are you bailing her out?
She gonna have to because she don't want KJ there at her house that long, so she definitely gonna bail me out.
That might be your pass right
there.
There.
That's gonna be my get out of jail free.
That might be your pass right there.
That's gonna be my get out of jail free.
Well, yeah, I thought that was super petty.
Shit.
I definitely thought that was super petty.
Y'all kill me. Y'all leave me alone.
Yeah.
So look, when we get down there,
if I'm ready to give me something to eat right now, what time is it?
When we get down there, I want to get on because remember when we got down there, we didn't get to do the buggy carriage ride. I want to do that.
Well, you know that we're only staying for one day because you got to go to work, so we're not doing all that extra.
Oh, don't be blaming that on me having to go to work. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, keep in mind that we are.
No, the kids got to go to school. I don't have to work Monday.
Well, either way, I'm just saying, keep in mind we are on a strict schedule, so we can't be doing side stuff. Like we going for a purpose.
That's just one side.
We going down there for a purpose. You either want to go to the restaurant or you want to go get on the Ferris wheel. But we can't be doing side stuff. We got something else to do. we gonna leave. She trying to kick it. She trying to kick it and see Rome in a day. Like we can't get on that.
I'm trying to find where my dad is at.
She's trying to kick it and see Rome in a day. Like we don't have time for all that.
You said you ain't talking to me.
I don't need to see Atlanta. We already seen Atlanta. I just wanted to do the dang on the horsey ride. I understand that. I got pictures. I got pictures all day of Atlanta.
And you got our people sitting here watching this podcast, and we go.
They still on. Yeah, because we sitting up here arguing like cats and freaking dogs. They like these fools is crazy.
They probably is, but it's cool though. I had a good time tonight. Of course, we are well over our time, so
we always well over our time. Every single week we've been well over our time.
Messing with you, hollering about the kid being hit back. Or getting passed on. That's what it was.
If nothing were consistent.
Listen, it's all good. It's all good. Appreciate Summer. I think that was an amazing conversation.
Absolutely.
I think it was much needed. I think it was much needed. I appreciate you, pulling her in because that was really dope. Unfortunately, I'm not in the Akron area, so can't vote for her and whatnot, but can always donate. So I think that's dope.
Yes,
ElectSummerHall.com for everybody that's watching. Definitely check her out. It's ElectSummerHall.com, and she's on Facebook at Summer Hall. Especially if you're in the Akron area, that would be something. She's someone definitely dope for you to check out because she's gonna win. She's running for Akron.
She's gonna win.
She's gonna win. She's gonna win. She's gonna win. We appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Obviously we are very far over our time. We're supposed to be sticking to an hour, but actually some weeks we're gonna pass that. We're gonna surpass that a little bit because we got some pretty dope stuff going on between the three of us, and then also the people that we're bringing onto the show are really exciting. Our first guest, Judi C. Hill. She is the president of the Akron NAACP. She had actually a conflicting event going on and she was not able to get in. So she actually came into the chat and sent us a message and said that she wasn't able to get on at 8. So we're actually going to reschedule her because we didn't want to cut into summer because we were doing so good with summer. So we will get her rescheduled. I'll work on that. I will definitely work on that. So we'll get her on. We got a guest already scheduled for next week. So that's going down. We actually are booked through the month. So we got people coming on with us all month. We actually will have a separate stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I'll actually start putting some, once I get the final confirmation, then I'll start putting flyers and all that stuff out. But that'll be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and that is dementia related. So if you have people in your family,
you may want to be on for this, for sure.
Make sure you let her know. But
if anything, I won't be on with you guys, but I definitely will be watching.
Yeah. And just for everybody that's watching to know, there are going to be weeks and days and times where all three of us may not be here because the thing is, listen, our lives are kind of building now, and we're starting to have a lot of different things going on and whatnot. So there will be occasions where all three of us may not be here, and I'm actually working to potentially get some celebrity guests, hosts and co-hosts and whatnot to come in and kind of cut up with us a little bit. The 15th of this month, I believe we are just going to do a show just full of trending topics and just be talking mess and, getting bogus and all that stuff up in here. So the 15th is going to be actually really, really, really dope. So you want to check that out. 8, 19, yeah, the 15th.
So if you guys have anything that you want
us, we're going to invite some people in too. So, and that kind of was the intention tonight, but because we went over, we didn't do it. But on the 15th, and I will make sure that we publicize that, we're going to invite people in to chat with us and get on the screen with us and that sort of thing. So this is going to be your time to shine. So come on, kick it with us. We're going to have a ball. I'm going to definitely have me something to drink that night. I'm going to have me something to drink because I was rushing tonight. I had to make sure I got in here. Listen, I got my new ring light. Oh my God. So I got 2 ring lights in here. My light bill gonna be high.
The ring light like this here, the one with the camera.
Like this one right here. Like this one right here. Look, they can't see it. Or can they see it? No, if I put it in front of the thing.
I got 2 of them too. The one I had initially bought for my desk, for my new desk. Let me see.
Now I know what happens when I do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. That one, I got one I just sit on my desk, but I like this one better. But,
I got one on the desk right in my face, and then I got a real big one.
But that's how you see me now because I had to turn this one off because it was just like making me a blur.
Yeah, but yeah. So this is dope. Everything is going good. Listen, I thought summer was really, really dope. I think Judi would have been really dope too. So we're gonna definitely get her rescheduled.
Yeah, because I love Judi. That's like my little auntie there.
Yeah, we're gonna get her back on here. We're gonna get her on, and I got information out to a lot of people. So we may have some other people popping in, have some separate streams, little stuff like that coming up, and we're gonna be getting a podcast for Cat going real soon. Listen,
I know, look.
Listen,
I know I'm getting my stuff together, so everybody get excited for my podcast.
Yeah.
And also, I want everybody to be on notice that my birthday is Sunday, so don't forget.
Clear the schedule. What we doing? Where you gonna be at?
I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing. Probably just like celebrating with my family. So yeah, we definitely gonna have a round of drinks in Atlanta. So y'all get ready.
Man, listen. Okay. Tiffany, we could do the horse and buggy after the event because it's over at 6 o'clock.
I'm not drinking. I can't drink. I'll be up underneath the horse and buggy if I take one sip. Y'all think I'm playing my birthday?
Listen, we don't think you playing. Stop tripping. We don't think you playing.
I was in here. My guts was in that trash can. Do you hear me?
We know you serious. We know.
True. Ask my girl Cinnamon. She had to pull over 3 times on the expressway. You hear what I say? The expressway. I never threw up like that. I never ever got sick like that. Thanks to Rhonda and Lolita.
Let me be an influencer for holding your liquor.
No, listen, Rhonda and Lolita came to where I was at because they was hanging out with Mom and them. And so I was doing karaoke. Next thing, that karaoke turned into me going, I'm ready to go home. I was very classy about it too. I was like, I'm ready to go home. I was sitting just like this. Honey, they got me in that car. And she wanted to go to Taco Bell. I opened up that door. The person behind us was like, oh my God. I never drank again. Nope.
So listen, for our Atlanta viewers, we are going to be in Atlanta on November 11th and November 12th. We are doing an amazing event down there called the Ultimate Women's Expo. If you want to go and check that out and see what we're going to be doing, it is www.uwexpo.com. That is for the Ultimate Women's Expo. There will be many familiar faces there, celebrities and business owners, and it's just going to be a lot of people, a lot of I was going to say
really nice.
A lot of speakers, and they're really talking about it's really centered around women, getting established as entrepreneurs and building their businesses and whatnot. So it's the Ultimate Women's Expo. Make sure you check that website out so that you can get a good idea of where we're going to be and what we are going to be doing. You can go through my Instagram, which is Authentically James. And if you go back to about July of 2022, you will see a barrage of videos and pictures and all kinds of stuff from when I did it last year. It is an amazing event. They travel around, I would say probably every 4 to 6 weeks. They're usually somewhere else, but Atlanta is generally the home base. So they are back in Atlanta November 11th and 12th. We will be down there for November 11th. November 12th, we will be recuperating from all of the drinking that Tiffany is going to have us doing aside the horse. Yeah, and then after after our hangovers pass, we're gonna drive back to Cleveland. So make sure you guys check us out. There will be moments when we go live down there. So you'll be able to kind of catch us in the moment and see us with some of the celebs, and we're gonna be having a good time and making some new friends and doing some good, outstanding media coverage. This is one of our first events that we're gonna be doing as a podcast unit, as a team. So I'm excited, super excited. And it sounds like we're going to see Mariah, right, Kat?
Yes.
Mariah Curry. Marquetta Curry.
Listen, we are going to see Mariah Carey.
Okay.
We're going to see Mariah Carey. That's all I got to say. What's up with Lauryn Hill postponing all these shows? What's up with that?
Did she propose some more?
She postponed another one.
She said she didn't like what you had to say about her, James.
You're so full of shit. She ain't said nothing about me.
Yes, she did. She said that Negro on Transcending the Culture. She said that Negro on Transcending the Culture. She said, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna cancel another show. She said,
"Ain't nobody getting no show."
Nope.
She postponed another one, and I mean, I just was like, it's funny how you do 5 shows and you talking about vocal strain, but Beyonce do 200 and she good. Like I don't understand what it is, what's in the water, or what's in the tea, or what's not in the tea, or what's I don't get what's going on, but it's not looking all that hot though, because people paying a lot of money for these tickets. I mean, you know, I got some pretty decent price tickets, but a lot of these tickets are not cheap. And the bad thing is that for her, you got people traveling clean. I mean, well, shit, for Beyonce too, but she got people traveling clean across the country to come and see her. Like I went from Cleveland to Jersey. I mean, it wasn't 6 hours, 6.5 hours, but I'm just saying, like, people are traveling to see these shows. So to plan to go somewhere and you pay for airfare. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm quite sure she has insurance or whatever, so that, you know, she don't get sued if she have to cancel shows. And, you know, supposedly they're saying the doctor is saying that you need to do this because of, I don't know. It just kind of reeks like, you know, shenanigans, you know, her typical shenanigans and whatnot. But I mean, you know, that's what's going on.
And then listen here, why Blue Ivy told Jay-Z he
you're
wanted
not gonna mess with you're not gonna mess with Blue Ivy.
He told him, Daddy,
that's what you're not gonna do.
I don't want these dreads no more. I need you cut these shits off.
Blue Slander.
So did.
I didn't.
I want to look like your daddy.
Did you see Sherry Shepherd? Did you see Sherry Shepherd's show? How she recreated the Renaissance? Go on YouTube and look up Sherry.
One of the Beyonce outfits.
Yeah, go on YouTube and pull up Sherry Shepherd for Halloween. To open up the show, she did the routine. What's the song that they do that dance to? Is it My Power or?
I'm about to go on. Well, hold on.
You know the one where
Blue Ivy, where she be doing her little. I love that dance.
What song is that? What is that? My Power, or what song is it?
I don't know. You know, I don't do Beyonce like that. I just like to go for the entertainment.
Well, either way, I'm just check it out. Like, check it out. I thought she did a really good job.
And was it today?
Just type in Sherry Shepherd Halloween.
Oh, okay, Sherry Shepherd.
I thought it was pretty dope. And then Tina Knowles was on there.
Oh, okay, yeah, it just came. Okay.
Yeah, Tina Knowles was on there, and the whole show was like paying homage to Beyonce. And
here we go.
Beyonce be backstage.
That's what I was thinking. Is like, okay, see, they're gonna be the surprise us, and Beyonce gonna walk out or something. But yeah, I thought it was pretty dope though.
And she did the whole.
She did the little dance routine at the beginning.
Let me go on to that.
I thought it was pretty dope, you know, for what it was, and like, like this year, you just saw
what did Tina Knowles have on?
Like, you just saw so many people get into like the Halloween spirit and like costumes, and LeBron James was like Beetlejuice, and I forgot who.
Okay, so Sherry is coming out in this cat suit looking. She's so stupid. Cat suit looking thing.
She's so stupid. What?
She's wearing it though, and then Tina. I don't know what the world. Let me see if y'all can. I'm gonna turn it around.
We're gonna let her watch that. Listen, everybody, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We are now at 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's time for us to get on off of here because I'm gonna just keep it all the way gangster. I'm 46. I am sleepy. I'm sleepy.
My eyes is like.
Listen, I've been sitting here for an hour. Like, don't close it.
I'm gonna be on Instagram for about an hour.
I'm like, they gonna see it. Don't close your eyes. They gonna see it. Diane gonna say something.
Now they ain't see it. I've been yawning since. I see that is so unprofessional.
Nah, it's all cool. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
I love you too.
I appreciate having Summer on. So thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
We have an amazing guest next week. I will get a flyer together and then start putting some information out. Make sure I get flyers to the two young ladies here, and then they'll start getting some information out. And remember, the 15th of November, we are going to have all trending topics. So we're just going to be kicking it and having a good time. All trending topics. And we are pulling the audience in. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
This is y'all's opportunity, people.
I make sure everybody's on
the screen with us.
I want to give a shout out to some of the members from JLTS was on there. Marquetta, thank you so much for coming on. And I want to give a shout out to whoever else was on here. This is a lot of work and coming up, with topics off, top of your head and everything. We will be having like a gospel day, whenever we decide. I'll be letting you guys know. But
Ratchet as he is, she talking about having a gospel day. What are we doing for gospel day?
Just interviewing some of these gospel groups. You got to get them out there too.
I was gonna say this. The one that's talking is the one that will push your pastor out, baby. She will. Listen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen. Listen. A couple times I done seen it. I was like, ooh. Like
I am a living testimony. Thank you very much. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
What you say? You one of God's angels?
I am a living testimony.
She done said some things in the church.
I hope Marquetta got off. She better not say nothing either.
I ain't got nothing to say. Listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all. We finna get on off of here. Everybody that was watching, though, thank you guys. I think this was really dope. We appreciate you guys. We cannot do it without you. So thank you. We will be back here next Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll start getting information out about next Wednesday's guest. And also keep a watch for tomorrow because we will have a live stream scheduled tomorrow evening. Again, that's related to dementia. So make sure you guys keep a lookout for that. And yeah, that's about it. Any final words from you, ladies?
No, sir. Just make sure you follow all of us on all the social medias. Me, myself, Tiffany Millerons on Facebook, Miss April 4877 on Instagram, and Miss Tiffany Millerons Tiff on TikTok. And a Cat, where are we gonna be following you at?
Well, not let me get off of here without laughing at her. Like what?
I Go ahead. Man, y'all for Tiffany funny as heck. But yeah, you can follow me at Cat Queen on all platforms. Yeah, follow me. Be looking out for some birthday content.
There we go. That part right there. Listen, make sure y'all pull me up on Linktree. It is linktr.ee/ it's the J spot. ITSJSPOT. Pull me up on there, and that will give you all of my links to everything that I got. So pull that up, and then you guys can find me. Make sure that you guys are here next week for our special guest, and make sure that you're here on the 15th, where it's going to be all trending topics, and we are bringing you guys in so you can get on the screen with us. Y'all can cut up and act a fool with us. Until then, we will see y'all next time. Ladies, we are out. All
right.
This is it.
Peace. Bye, guys.